Have you ever watched dawn spill warm light across the kitchen floor and wondered how many more mornings will greet you just like this? The answer isn't hidden in complex machines or whispered by fortune tellers. It lives inside everyday choices. The calm of your heartbeat, the steadiness of your step, the laughter still dancing in your voice. By learning to read these gentle signs, you can shape tomorrow with intention instead of worry. Today, explore 9 simple science-backed clues that honor your past, steady your present, and brighten every tomorrow. The rhythm of your walk. Your walk is more than a way to reach the mailbox. It is a conversation between muscles, nerves, lungs, and the steady drum of your heart. When your natural pace glides at roughly 1 meter per second, it quietly signals that all these partners are keeping graceful time together. You might hear researchers call this gait speed, yet you feel it simply as confidence in motion, the satisfying roll from heel to toe as a garden breeze brushes your cheek. Picture Ms. Alvarez, a retired seamstress whose children worried after she began shuffling on grocery trips. Instead of scolding her body, she treated it like fine fabric needing gentle stretching. Each morning, before turning on the radio, she marched the length of her hallway twice, hands sliding along wallpaper for balance. The first week she felt breathless after 20 steps. By the third, she moved farther, humming with the music she once tapped out on her sewing pedal. You can create a similar practice without counting exact meters or tracking athletic milestones. Choose a safe, straight path, perhaps the corridor from bedroom to living room. Start a timer as your heel lifts and stop when it touches the far wall. Glance at the number, then tuck the knowledge away like a friendly reminder note, not a stern report card. If the seconds linger longer than you'd like, invite your legs to rehearse. March beside a sturdy chair while water boils, or turn cleaning into purposeful choreography, lifting knees a fraction higher with each pass of the mop. Engage your senses as you move. Listen to the satisfying clap of slippers. Notice sunlight warming shoulders near the window, and feel lungs blossom with each inhale. Invite a neighbor for a slow afternoon circuit of the block. Conversation distracts from effort, and laughter naturally quickens pace. Perhaps designate one day each week as your postcard walk, where you pause midway to observe a single detail, a flowering hedge, a painted door, or a cloud shaped like a sail, and mentally mail that image to loved ones. This playful mindfulness turns routine exercise into effortless storytelling for the heart. End every stroll with a moment of gratitude. Stand tall, roll shoulders back, and acknowledge that each step carried decades of memories forward. Over weeks, you may notice a gentle miracle. Chairs feel lower, doorways seem closer, and horizons, once reserved for younger legs, invite exploration again. So keep walking, keep noticing, and let each measured stride stitch another safe, promising day onto the long, colorful fabric of your life. The quiet strength in your grip. Reach for a teapot, twist open a stubborn jar, or steady your hand on a railing. Each action reveals a hidden well of power coursing through your fingers. Scientists use sleek dynamometers to measure hand grip strength. Yet the real test is how naturally the world responds when you close your hand around it. A firm, steady squeeze tells your muscles, bones, and even your heart that they still work in vibrant partnership. Think of Mr. Lee, who tends balcony tomatoes overlooking a busy street. Every spring he threads twine around new vines, tying knots as delicate as lace. One season arthritis stiffened his knuckles, and jars began to win the battle. He refused to surrender. Instead, he kept a soft sponge ball by the windowsill and squeezed it during traffic's lulling hum. He alternated with elastic bands looped over thumb and forefinger, stretching wide as if opening a curtain to morning light. By harvest time, the tomato baskets felt lighter than memory, and shirt buttons fastened without pause. Begin the same journey with ordinary items. Crumple newspaper while headlines roll, or wring a damp cloth after dishes. Feel warmth bloom up forearms, sending fresh blood to places routine has neglected. While you strengthen, Sip water steadily and invite protein, peanut butter toast, lentil soup, a hard-boiled egg, to repair tiny fibers newly awakened. Some days joints protest. Treat them like old friends deserving warmth and patience. Soak hands in tepid water or wrap them in a microwave towel scented with lavender. Gentle heat softens tissue, allowing movement without sharp retort. Follow with circular wrist rolls, tracing the rim of an imagined teacup, and notice tension dissolve like sugar in warm liquid. Confidence returns in small victories. The pickle jar pops on first attempt. A suitcase lifts easily to the bed. The leash feels lighter during park strolls. Celebrate aloud if you wish. Walls have heard many stories and will gladly echo triumph. As strength returns, consider sharing the routine with a friend over the phone. Comparing daily squeeze counts can spark gentle competition and laughter. 2 nutrients every bit as nourishing as vitamins, and they cost nothing but a really happy minute. Keep the sponge ball handy, add a graceful flourish to greetings, and watch every gentle squeeze weave renewed courage through wrists, elbows, and into the beating optimism of your heart. Celebrate progress hidden in the quiet rhythm of fingers closing and opening, day after steady day. The calm beat of your resting heart. Before sunrise paints color across curtains, your heart hums its own quiet melody. A resting pulse between 50 and 70 beats per minute suggests blood vessels are open boulevards, letting oxygen glide effortlessly toward eager muscles and thoughtful brain cells. Trace 2 fingers over your wrist, counting each beat like distant drums calling the day awake. Imagine a retired librarian seated at her kitchen table, teacup steaming. She counts pulses for 30 seconds before stretching toward the window. Months of slow breathing, short evening walks, and lighter dinners coax her number from the high 70s to a tranquil 62. She never chased trophies. She courted ease. Now she climbs stairs while carrying conversation effortlessly, as though gifted extra pockets of air. Cultivate similar peace without turning life into a lab. After waking, sit tall, breathe naturally, and check your pulse. If it drums faster than hoped, note it kindly. Ask gentle questions. Did caffeine linger past lunch? Did unsettling dreams visit? Soft remedies often work wonders. Herbal tea after noon, a brief gratitude entry before bed, or 4-7-8 breathing whenever traffic hums too loudly. Movement is a thoughtful mentor. A leafy stroll, tai chi in sunlit space, or dancing to favorite records teaches the heart efficiency. Hydration helps. Well-watered blood glides smoothly, freeing the heart from hurried drum beats. Medication may influence rhythm, so collaborate with your clinician as a conductor with a gifted soloist. Adjust timing until the performance feels balanced. If you enjoy numbers, jot the morning daily readings on a calendar. Watching the line gently slope downward turns health into art, a living graph that praises each mindful breath you take and each peaceful choice that steadies the drum. As evening closes, rest a palm over your chest and listen. Each beat echoes weddings celebrated, farewells braved, laughter shared under starry skies. Imagine your heart as an experienced captain guiding a trusted vessel across calm water. Whisper reassurance. Steady now, all is well, and feel rhythm settle. Over time, you'll notice conversation flows in gentle harmony, laughter lingers, and sunsets stretch longer, all time to that gentler beat. The healing pattern of sleep. Night drapes its velvet curtain, and your bedroom becomes a quiet repair shop where cells mend, hormones balance, and memories slip into neat folders. For most adults in their 70s, 7 to 8 hours of consistent slumber grant that crew the tools it needs, while quality, deep cycles that wash the brain in restorative waves, makes their work shine. Consider Mrs. Rahman, who once drifted in half-sleep beneath late-night television. She reshaped her evenings. Dim lights after 9, chamomile in a favorite mug, curtains closed at 10. Within weeks, dawn greeted her with steadier steps and brighter mood, perks she thought belonged only to younger years. Crafting your own ritual is gentle work. Dim lamps an hour before bed, signaling that daylight theater has closed. Turn screens aside. Blue glare tricks the mind into standing guard. Instead, write 3 gratitudes or listen to soft instrumental music that slows thought to a gentle crawl. If worries linger, jot them on paper, promising attention after breakfast when perspective is brighter. Keep the room comfortably cool. Crisp air invites deeper sleep like fresh sheets invite afternoon naps. Place a nightlight low enough to guide midnight paths without jolting you awake. If the bathroom calls, ease liquids after dinner and elevate legs briefly in the evening to shift fluid return. Morning completes the cycle. Throw curtains wide, letting sun reset the inner clock that governs appetite and energy. Stretch arms overhead, greeting muscles rested and eager. Over weeks, loyal rhythms replace scattered dozes with rich, restorative rest, rewarding you with sharper memory and easier balance. If aches or restless thoughts tease, try bed-edge stretches or breathe slowly from 10 down to 1, imagining each exhale carrying tension away like autumn leaves. Herbal scents, lavender, rose, spritz lightly on pillows, cue body and mind that safety surrounds you. And remember forgiveness in bedtime ritual. Release regrets, missed walks, forgotten calls, like balloons into the twilight sky. There is always another dawn to try again. Consider placing a small journal on the nightstand. Noting what soothed you to sleep and what stirred you awake turns guesswork into patterns, making it easier to adjust lighting, meals, or thoughts. So rest arrives gently like a trusted friend. In that simple cycle of release and renewal lies one of the most accessible secrets to longer, happier years. The peace of low inflammation. Beneath skin and bone, tiny messengers race along invisible highways. Some heal, others spark slow fires. Doctors call chronic inflammation a silent burn linked to aching joints, morning fog, and many illnesses that shorten healthy years. The comforting truth is that this hidden flame cools quickly when met with small, consistent acts of kindness you can begin today. Picture a neighbor who swapped afternoon pastries for bowls of jewel-bright berries crowned with yogurt and cinnamon. Within a month, wedding rings slipped easily again, and walks stretched farther down the lane. Foods bursting with color, spinach, peppers, salmon, walnuts, carry natural compounds that hush inflammatory whispers. Turmeric stirred into soup, ginger steeped in tea, and a drizzle of olive oil over greens build a quiet brigade that patrols tissues night and day. Movement, laughter, and rest join the recipe. Slow Tai Chi seems gentle, yet each floating arm massages joints from within. Sharing jokes releases chemicals that extinguish stress sparks. Even joyful tears shed during a favorite film rinse away hormones that would otherwise smolder. 10 minutes of guided breathing before bed calms the nervous system that stokes embers when worries stay awake. If a blood test reveals high C-reactive protein, treat the number as a guidepost, not a verdict. Talk with your clinician about Mediterranean-style meals, omega-3 supplements, or adjusting medicines that stir irritation. Keep a simple notebook of progress. It feels like watching storm clouds part to reveal a bright sky. Hydration acts as a clear river, sweeping cellular debris downstream. Keep a pitcher within reach, flavored with mint or citrus if plain water feels dull. Each sip whispers, "You are safe, flames can rest." Stress feeds inflammation faster than sugar, so place a hand over your heart whenever frustration rises and breathe until shoulders soften. Forgive missed steps. Perfection is unnecessary. Let every colorful bite paint calm across the canvas of well-being. On weekends, wander the market to discover one new anti-inflammatory ingredient. Smell its aroma, learn its story, and experiment in the kitchen. Curiosity seasons commitment as surely as herbs season stew at home. Over months, mornings open without stiffness, evenings close with lighter spirit, and the once invisible flame dims to embers that merely warm rather than harm. Your body rewards each gentle choice with looser joints, clearer thinking, and deeper sleep. proving that quiet, steady care can transform inflammation's threat into a peaceful hearth that glows softly, lighting many comfortable seasons still ahead. The warmth of social connection. Loneliness can drift in like a chill beneath the door, cooling rooms that once felt friendly. Yet connection thrives on surprisingly small gestures, a shared story, a gentle joke, a voice saying your name with warmth. Research shows that older adults who nurture regular social ties live longer, recover faster, and carry lighter hearts. Imagine a widower who visited a community chess club out of polite curiosity. Players greeted him as though his chair had waited all along. Within weeks, he measured time by laughter between moves. Doctor visits soon reported steadier blood pressure. The wooden pieces were incidental. Fellowship was the medicine. You can discover similar warmth at a library book circle, a church coffee hour, or a virtual choir where faces glow like lanterns. Even brief exchanges count. Compliment the cashier's scarf, wave to children passing by, discuss weather at the mailbox. Each interaction lays a brick in the bridge between you and the wider world. Technology helps when distance or mobility interferes. Tablets with large icons beam faraway friends to your table. Community centers often host Tech with Tea afternoons, where patient volunteers guide each step. Learning these skills exercises memory too, giving double benefit. Keep a connection list on the fridge. 3 people you can call without agenda beyond mutual company. Dial 1 during afternoon tea. Stories travel more sweetly beside rising steam. Schedule weekly porch visits, so anticipation itself becomes medicine. On silent days, open a window, hum a tune, greet the first passerby. Send kindness outward as well. Keep an envelope of stamps ready. Mailing a handwritten note now and then lets ink and paper carry warmth where footsteps cannot. Your words may arrive precisely when someone else needs them most, weaving invisible threads back to you. Over time, these steady threads form a net strong enough to catch sadness before it deepens and flexible enough to let joy swing freely. If you prefer fur to conversation, consider adopting an older cat or volunteering at an animal shelter. Paws and purrs supply companionship free of judgment and invite friendly chatter with fellow caretakers. Shared purpose often seeds lasting bonds. That gentle service nourishes both. Celebrate each moment of contact, whether it lasts an hour or a heartbeat. Connection is life speaking in many voices. Let those voices mingle with yours and listen as loneliness dwindles to a hush no louder than distant rain. The lightness of low frailty. Frailty is not a fixed decree. It is simply a signal that your stock of strength, balance, and energy needs replenishing. Think of it as a savings account. Small deposits made now can fund adventures later. Visualize a gardener troubled by a stumble among rose bushes. Her clinician recorded a frailty score creeping upward. She chose action, enrolling in a gentle, strong bones class. The first week she lifted soup cans while seated. By the 6th, she pressed light dumbbells overhead, chatting about recipes. Soon she navigated garden paths with sure-footed ease. Begin at home. Rise from a firm chair without using hands. Sit and repeat 5 times before breakfast. If knees protest, add cushion height, lowering it gradually. Practice heel-toe walking along the hallway and wall push-ups while the kettle hums. Each tiny challenge signals muscles to grow bolder. Fuel those fibers with protein, eggs, lentils, cottage cheese, at every meal. Vitamin D from morning sun and calcium-rich yogurt fortify bones ready to shoulder fresh activity. Hydration keeps blood volume steady, guarding against dizzy missteps. Mindset matters just as much. Replace "This is hard" with "This is practice." Record achievements on a calendar. Stood without hands, balanced 10 steps, climbed an extra stair. Seeing progress in ink strengthens resolve better than any lecture. Expect pauses, a cold, a rainy spell, but treat them as rest days, not defeat. Resume gently. Muscles remember kindness. Online physiotherapy videos can guide you safely from the living room rug. Keep a chair nearby, breathe deeply, and applaud every effort. Rest between sessions. Muscles build during recovery, not exertion. Evening stretches ease fibers into repair. Pair workouts with favorite music so rhythm lifts enthusiasm. Celebrate every simple rise as proof of courage blooming quietly. Incorporate drills. Stand on one foot while brushing teeth, or rise onto tiptoes while waiting for toast. Each wobble train reflexes that may one day prevent a fall. Honor sleep too. 7 nights repair muscles and stitch memories of triumph into mind. As weeks pass, friends may notice taller posture and springier steps. Yet the most profound change happens within. A growing trust that your body remains a loyal companion. Journaling that feeling turns fleeting pride into lasting confidence. When twilight paints walls gold, roll shoulders back and feel new strength humming under skin. Frailty fades each time you choose movement over worry and nourishment over neglect, leaving a lighter spirit ready for tomorrow's possibilities. Keep celebrating incremental triumphs, tying shoelaces in one motion, lifting a grocery bag easily, or stepping off a curb without hesitation. Each small victory sends a hopeful telegram to future months, promising that the path ahead will be navigated with growing grace, curiosity, and delight, instead of fear or doubt. The story told by your waistline. A fabric tape looped gently around your middle tells a secret scale sometimes missing. Extra padding near the abdomen can crowd organs, stir blood sugar, and kindle silent inflammation. Keeping waist circumference below around 90 centimeters for men and 80 for women offers breathing room not just for lungs, but for dreams still waiting. Think of Vincent, an amateur sailor grounded by knee pain one winter. When trousers tightened, he turned his couch into a rowing station, anchoring a resistance band to the coffee table while sea shanties played. By spring, his belt notches returned to familiar holes, and he stepped aboard his boat unassisted, tasting wind flavored with victory. Craft your own voyage. Follow the rainbow rule on plates. Half vibrant vegetables, a quarter lean protein, a quarter whole grains. Swap sugary drinks for sparkling water kissed with lemon. If hunger prowls, reach for almonds or carrots. Crunch satisfies faster than sweetness. Movement need not resemble athletics. Gentle dance, tending balcony herbs, or sweeping the porch coax calories into friendly fuel. After supper, stroll 5 minutes longer than yesterday. Let street lamps guide digestion. Hills strengthen legs and fan metabolism like wind-filling sails. Mindful eating deepens results. Sit, notice aroma, chew slowly, letting fullness whisper before the plate empties. Keep a voyage log, recording monthly measurements. Celebrate half-inch trims. They mark hundreds of loving choices. If numbers stall, adjust sails. Lighter suppers, extra strolls, or smaller plates painted cheerful colors that trick the eye into satisfaction. Kindness toward yourself matters most. Progress ebbs and flows like tides. Forgive detours, birthday cake, holiday feasts, rainy weeks. Return to steady habits at the next meal, the next morning, the next choice. Small shifts soon sculpt a silhouette mirroring newfound inner light. Share the journey with friends. Swapping recipes or walking routes adds accountability wrapped in laughter. Clothes draping freely, shoes tying without strain, and breath arriving in generous gulps, all signal success long before mirrors speak. Reward milestones with non-food treats like a new puzzle, fresh flowers, or a bus trip to a nearby lake. Experiences reinforce healthy identity better than sugar ever could. When motivation wavers, pin a photo of a place you long to visit, perhaps a misty hill station or a fragrant orchard, on the refrigerator door. Let it remind you that every mindful portion and deliberate step is a ticket toward that landscape, stamped with confidence, energy, and adventurous spirit for tomorrow. As dawn brightens the window, touch fabric resting loosely and allow pride to rise. A comfortable waist is more than a number. It is a badge of mobility and a promise that horizons glimpsed today are reachable tomorrow. One mindful bite and one purposeful step at a time. The clarity of an engaged mind. Memory and attention are gardens blooming whenever curiosity scatters seeds. Mild cognitive changes can feel unsettling, yet active engagement, mental, social, physical, nourishes neural pathways and keeps blossoms bright long after 70. Consider Noor, who chose watercolor painting at 79 to capture sunrise. Mixing pigments, studying brush strokes, and chatting in an online class exercised different brain regions. Months later, misplaced keys surfaced quicker, and conversations sparkled. The art was lovely, but the greater masterpiece was agility returning to thought. Cultivate similar agility through crosswords, learning song lyrics in another language, or researching a historic event you once loved on film. Pair tasks with movement. Recite shopping lists while pacing, or solve sums as arms stretch overhead. Social ties amplify benefit. Teach a grandchild the family bread recipe, join virtual book clubs, or share stories over tea. Lifestyle shields cognition too. Adequate sleep files memories. Colorful produce offers antioxidants. Steady blood pressure keeps vessels clear. Schedule hearing and vision checks. Sharp senses spare the brain from guesswork. Keep stress low with breathing exercises that feel like waves washing gently over the shore. If forgetfulness worries you, ask for a cognitive screening. Think of it as a compass revealing which paths are smooth and where weeds need trimming. Use notebooks, labeled drawers, and phone reminders to maintain independence. Nightly gratitude, 3 bright moments you noticed, builds optimism that glues memories in place. Puzzles and hobbies are celebrations of intricate wiring refined by decades. Should a word slip away mid-sentence, pause and breathe. Trust it will return. Encourage yourself as you would a child learning to read, with patience, smiles, and small applause. Make learning social whenever possible. Enroll in a free community lecture or watch documentaries with friends, pausing to discuss surprising facts. Shared wonder cements information more firmly than solitary study. Your brain, like a well-loved garden, thrives on daily attention. Water it with curiosity, fertilize it with friendships, protect it with rest, and prune it of excess worry. Over time, pathways grow lush enough to shade doubts. Plant inspiration seeds daily. Read a poem aloud, learn a new proverb, or sketch the shadow of a passing cloud. These playful minutes stretch neural branches further outward, encouraging synapses to sparkle like festive lights, and guiding thoughts to wander confidently across fresh vistas that still await discovery and wonder. Learning music at any age awakens networks. Even strumming chords or tapping rhythmic patterns on a tabletop challenges timing, hearing, and memory together. 5 mindful minutes outdoors. Eyes closed, breath steady, listening for distant birds. Train attention to hold notes of awareness without strain. Each new skill, each laugh, each thoughtful pause invites tomorrow's ideas to blossom brightly and reminds you that age measures time, not potential. Sunlight fades, lamps flicker on, and the day folds into memory like a letter placed carefully in a keepsake box. Every sign you've explored is not a verdict etched in stone, but a friendly guidepost pointing toward greater ease and possibility. Each tender choice, an extra stroll, a warm phone call, a mindful meal, threads new strength through the fabric of your life. You have met changing decades with courage. Greet the next chapter with curiosity rather than caution. Honor your body's quiet wisdom. Cherish connections that light your heart's corridors, and welcome sleep as a nightly promise of renewal. If these reflections warmed your spirit, feel welcome to join this circle of gentle discovery again. Until then, may dawns find you steady in stride, strong in purpose, and surrounded by moments that make the years ahead not simply longer, but richly, beautifully lived.